All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Monday session with yours truly, Elwin. It is April 4th, 2022. And yeah, we're doing what we always do. We get into it, we're getting to the charts. We're discussing trading from a conceptual standpoint. We're discussing trading from a work ethic standpoint, from a internal standpoint, right? What goes into your trading? What goes into you? What makes up your personality? What makes up you? What makes up your trading style? And basically, you got to figure out what makes you tick as a person, right? On all fronts. But in this trading game, you got to figure out what makes you tick as a trader and why you do certain behaviors, right? It could be little things. Why am I breaking my trading rules? Why am I raising my lot size, lowering my lot size, moving my stop loss? Why am I crushing it one week, one month? Why am I sucking the next month, right? Why am I good on a certain day? Why am I not good on a certain day? Whatever it may be, you're gonna have these questions, and it's up to you, right, to figure it out. And the only way you're gonna figure it out is through, well, two things. And it's like life in general. Two things you're going to learn from others, right? The successes, the failures of others, as well as, sorry, a second. Right, so you're going to learn from the successes and the failures of others, as well as, don't make those same mistakes. So if you see someone, if you got a mentor telling you, yo, don't move your lot size, don't move your stop loss, don't do this, or do this, right? Like I tell a lot of traders, journal, spreadsheet, all that good stuff that might seem, like a waste of time or just extra. But there's a reason people that are telling you this, right? These are successful people in the field you want to be successful in, or maybe you're already successful, but you're trying to find ways to improve it. So you can always learn from other people, right? So that's one, learning from other people. Now, let me just ask the chat, what's the other way you're gonna learn stuff in this market, learn stuff in this trading world other than from other people? It's a pretty simple question. What are other ways you're gonna learn how to trade other than from other mentors, other videos, all that stuff? What y'all think? Question for the chat. Through mistakes, yes, exactly, Ali. So what the answer I was looking for was through experience, right? There's no way, there's no shortcut for experience. So I know I had a trader in my free room the other day talking about how they, learn trading in a few months. I think they said 3 months. And if you got the right mentor, you're good, woo, woo. And me and I think it was Brandon, we were like, nah, that's not true. Like, you're not gonna master trading in 3 months, regardless of how much studying you do, if you got the best mentors, whatever it may be. And the reason simply is you have to go through it. You need experience. And trading, right, it has seasons, right? We have beginning of the year, we got macro accumulations in the fall a lot. We got big pump and dumps at the end of the year. There's a lot that goes on. And with that, what you start to pick up on is we got different market conditions, right? Market conditions can change, but you start to see the underlying things like the structure, the manipulation. Those are those things that really help us survive through all circumstances, through all market conditions, right? It's the manipulation, right? But early on, you got a lot that you gotta discern, and the only way you're gonna discern it is to go through it. So that's a big reason why I tell people to do stuff like performance tracking, like do your journaling every trade. It's because this way you can learn from your experiences much more efficiently. You don't need to make the same mistake 3 times, 5, 10 times. And this is what happens in trading. People, or just in life in general, when people get stuck on something, a lot of times they keep making the same mistakes. I have traders that I've been coaching and they do the same thing. And a lot of times it's like, if you can't change your own behavior, there's no way I'm going to be able to help you. I know these traders that continuously move or remove their stop loss, continuously up their leverage gambling. There's no way I'm going to be able to help you, right? So what's a way to assure you're going to get the most experience for your dollar, the most bang for your buck, right? What's a good way to make sure you could get all that experience in? Or what are some ways for you to gain experience without going broke? What are some ways to gain experience without going broke? Ali, you know? Anybody want to chime in? The question was, what are ways to gain experience without going broke? Demo, yep, that's a good one. Demo account, fire, yep, exactly, Magali. Demo is a way to get experience without going broke. But not just demo, right? Demo is great, but one thing we know about demo is you're not going to gain that emotional live experience, that experience that requires an actual live account, right? So demo is beautiful, but I'm gonna take us a step further. We're gonna get on the bike, but we're gonna keep the training wheels on, right? We're gonna go on account. We're gonna go on an account. It's just gonna be a small account, $100. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna risk $1 a trade. This is what I'm telling my traders that are trying to figure this game out, that are, coming to Forex. Maybe they got a nice lump sum of money, 5-10 grand, and they're ready to do this trading thing, right? They ready, and they just throw it all in an account, and they slowly watch it dwindle, and they step away and come back and step away and think about it and revisit it, and just not that dedication, not approaching with a clear vision. Okay, so it's good that you heard about trading, you're feeling it, you're inspired, you want to give it a shot, you got a little money to play with. But truthfully, none of that means a goddamn thing. What it's gonna take in trading is to come in this with a very focused, intentional mindset, the focus and the intention of mastering this market, of mastering a setup, of mastering trading. So what you're gonna do is go on that $100 account, you're gonna risk 1%, $1 per trade, right? And this is for a trader that may be struggling, maybe new, may just be, maybe they're blowing accounts, maybe they're trying to get back off demo. You stay on that $100, 1% risk account, and you experience those L's of $1, it don't matter. It's gonna hurt, right? No one likes losing. These egos of ours don't want us to lose, whether it's $1, $1 million. And we know the whole point of this business is making money, right? So essentially what you're doing is learning how to be a good loser, right? And a good loser doesn't let the loss affect them, right? They're not gonna let that one loss get in their head, right? You lose 2 trades on Monday and Tuesday, and now you're gun shy for the whole week, right? A good trader is gonna brush that off. They're gonna take those L's and keep moving. So you need to learn how to lose. You have to be okay with it. And I'll give you a secret. The way you're gonna be okay with losing is something I learned from Mark Douglas, RIP. You need to shift your mindset from wins and loss mindset to a mindset of probability. And you begin to see the market as essentially random to a degree. However well we figure out these patterns, we trace the manipulation, we learn stop hunts, M's and W's, liquidity graphs, smart money concepts, order blocks, whatever you may learn, the market is still going to be random to a degree. It is a living, breathing organism, right? At any time, a big whale can come in and do something. A company can make a decision that they want to convert $1 billion US to yen. Now, are a lot of these moves timed and the powers that be, AKA the big banks, the market makers are running things. Yes, right, this is all true. And that's how we're able to spot manipulation. But manipulation can happen in so many ways. It can happen from different ends. So you just never know, right? You never know 100%, as well as you have to leave that area for where you mess up, right? Where you misinterpret the data, where you look at a chart and you say, oh, yep, this is the M, this is the order block, this is the previous high. And oops, you didn't zoom out that time. You missed the structure, you missed a support resistance area, whatever it may be, because we're humans. So with all that said, regardless of how flawless, of how high percentage the strategy is that you're mastering, that you're doing, you need to take those losses. You have to account for those. So shift your mind to that. Even if you're at 99% success rate, right? Some of the best traders I know, they get 9 out of 10. But are they over leveraging on their setups? No, because they know they could be wrong at any time. And if you play that game where you just risk it for the biscuit, you putting up 10, 20, 30% on your account on one trade, you're not gonna survive in this business, right? We're human. You could have an off day, have 3 L's, right? And you blow your $10,000 account just because you had an off day, just because of a few impulsive decisions. And it's tough coming back from that, man. It's you're gonna feel like, oh, I gotta make it all back. I gotta make this back. How do I get this? And that is the worst place you want to be at. So take a step back, see the game for what it is, a game of probability, a hustle, a grind, right? This is like being on the block, right? If my people who know what I'm saying, it's like being on a block and you got a pack. You got to off that pack. Every day you out here hustling, right? You flipping 100 to 1,000 and you're saying, oh shoot, how am I get this back? So you do that every day, but some days you take an L, right? Police come, knock you, your stash get hit, you buy some fake work, anything can happen in this game. But the hustlers, they bounce back, they take an L, they come back, they go holler at the plug, whatever, they go penny pinch, sell some dummy bags, whatever. Y'all probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But that hustler gonna grind on a daily. And that's what this Forex is. This is a daily hustle, man. This is fast money. So you got to realize what it is. You got to take it for what it is. Because if you don't be in charge of your business, this business is going to be in charge of you. Forex going to run you into the ground. All right. And then you're going to be saying it don't work. And you're going to lead the game. So just realize what this Forex day trading is. It's a hustle, it's a grind, right? We got long-term investments. We got long-term plays on all type of stuff. Or maybe you want to be long-term on the dollar and you buying it and you holding it for years. That's different. But we talking about getting in and getting out, that OG classic, flipping accounts daily. So it's a hustle. And that hustle can consume you. And you could start to, one, think you invincible. Two, you get some fast money, you have a good week and you blowing that money because you think it come out of nowhere, right? Just like them hustlers, blow their bag and can't afford bail. So I bring that all up. I use that a parallel analogy to say, make this business yours. Yes, it's a fast-paced business. Yes, it's a way where you can make 10x on your account in a week, or in a couple weeks. But yeah, it's a way you can lose it all. It can consume you. It can destroy your family, destroy your whole livelihood, right? We know the cautionary tales. If you know Jesse Livermore, dude was a hundreds of $1 million trader, considered the greatest trader ever, right? In the 20s to 30s, even responsible for the Great Depression. They took so much money out of the economy. But what happened to dude? He blew it all. Look it up, Jesse Livermore. Blew it all, lost it all, over leveraging, blowing his bag on emotions. And you want to know how Jesse Livermore, who was perceived as the greatest trader of all time, went out? He killed himself. right? So this is real spit. Like, you cannot let this business consume you if you want to be successful in it. And that goes for any industry you're trying to master in. Those industries will eat you up. And they already saturated with people that's built for this, who, you know, they sharks and they looking at you like a little guppy. So if you want to come into these Forex waters, get your mind right, be that shark, but you have to be smart, right? It's not about who's the strongest, who's the fastest, who's the biggest mind, in Brandon's voice. It's not about who gets them all right, whose strategy is foolproof. No, it's about survival. It's about survival, baby. So I think that's kind of all I want to rant about. I just want to get y'all pumped up, talk about this game I love, known as Forex. And yeah, it's the life for me. I hope it's the life for you. We got any questions? Anyone want to jump in? Anyone want to contribute to the room? What's up, Suri? Randy, Mohammed, Jean-Claude, C, Caleb, what's good? Anyone want to, if you want the floor for a minute, it is yours. We opening it up. All right, looks like no's across the board. So appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Oh, no worries, Randy. I think I'm gonna actually throw this one up on my YouTube and make it free. So, but yeah, we're really just talking about what it takes to make it in this business. And I wanted to really talk about what goes into being your own trader, finding your style and finding what resonates with you. But I kind of got off on my tangent, so I think I'll save that for next session. But at this point, let's look at a few pairs. All right, and we can be about our day and get ready for the week. Well, that's what we're doing now. So, all right, let's first we'll take a glance at the moon phases. All right, we don't have a full moon or a new moon cycle until the 16th. So looks like we had a new moon Friday. So what that can mean for the market is, shifts in direction. Can mean macro manipulation or macro acceleration of the market. So let's see. Okay. I just want to take a look. Looks like we could be approaching these highs on a dollar. Maybe we clear them. Take a look at UCAD. This is my setup for UCAD. I did share that analysis with my group. Looks like it's just ranging now, but I did have a buy area. It's looking at the 1.26 price area. Magali says, so if I can't flip 100 account, I don't have no business to put 1,000 in the market. No, yeah, you don't, exactly. It's all the same. It's just a change in zeros. So it's really up to the aspiring trader, like, because truth be told, you're probably gonna lose like for the first year, right? Well, probably gonna take a lot of L's. And once you start losing, winning, whatever, you start to get your risk tolerance and figure it out. But early on, especially, you're gonna be taking L's. So it's really like, do I want to lose $100 to learn, or do I want to lose $1,000 to learn? Because they're both are gonna give you the same education, right? So it's really up to you. But yeah, that's what I see on UCAD. It's kind of just chilling there. So let's see if we pull away. I do have a pending on this one at 1.26. So, okay, I saw UCAD. I said EURCAD, UCAD? No, EURCAD. UCAD. All right, so looks bearish, overall. Super bearish, right? Big old range. So weekly range. Crazy. Yeah, literally nothing says buy. So you could just continue to look for sells. They're gardening outside. You could continue to look for sells. You know, we might be getting that reversal structure, however, because you could see starting to kind of range on our 1 hour. Could be trapping some liquidity here. I'm just looking at these highs and lows, but you know, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. High. Looks like stop at this range, going back down. Yeah, so I mean, I would think they at least gonna in a second. I would figure they're at least gonna come back down here, right? We have no bull momentum. Looks like they're dumping off, and it's probably a good 50, 100 pips, 40 pips, right? So, you know, maybe just wait for a daily structure correction at this point, because you see we already had the move for the day, right? They held it up at the end of last week into Asian session yesterday when the market opened, and then boom, dumped for London and New York. So it might start being a little choppy. Maybe something like that, right? So depending on how we accumulate away, and then if we're taking a setup to the previous high, you can bag 100 pips, something like that. Okay. All right. So Smith says, I have a problem knowing where I was wrong, but price could have gone to my direction. Well, I mean, Smith, for that, you might need to show some examples, or even, you know, jump on a call with me in a one-on-one, which you can sign up at elwincoleman.com, of course, where we could go over those specific setups. But I'll tell you, just usually if you get the direction right and you don't get an entry, like a lot of times for me, I'll show you on AJ. I didn't put a pending on this, but I did have an idea for the trade. And I think I used like a fib. Let me just see if I can recreate this real quick. Let me try something. 1 second. I guess it would have, never mind. That would have worked out. That trade would have worked out. Okay. But sometimes, let's say you get the overall direction right, and you know, prices, you're like, oh, price going up. Ooh, I want to get in. So you either say, all right, I'm gonna get in on the pullback here, get in, and then do this, and then take you out, and then to do that, right? So a lot of times you're just on the wrong side of things where there's still more liquidity to be grabbed, right? So in this case, and look, sometimes the market is just gonna go up from here and you caught it, but sometimes you're a victim of circumstance. And there are things we can look for in the market to spot this manipulation, like things like smart money concepts, right? So, all right, price might do that. So from there, you could start to say, let me wait for a stop hunt. Let me wait for what, like we call is like a daily safety trade. You let it do its thing, and then you wait for it to go against the trend. You let it accumulate, but then you let it, right? Or maybe you even got in here after all that, but then what they do, come back for one more leg, take out those people, and then go. So you essentially countering the manipulation. And what you can usually do is start to spot what move is messing you up. Am I constantly buying that first leg at London and in New York, it come and take me out? maybe I should start waiting for that New York second leg, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is sometimes say it is going your way. Boom. And now you're like, yep, it's gonna come back. I'm gonna have my pending, or I'm gonna look for an order right at this price level. And what price do? And they just don't tap you. And that sometimes, they don't, it just depends on the liquidity. And you could say like, man, I saw this, but I couldn't get in. How could I have gotten in? From there, you go ahead and just break down the structure. And that's where you got to get your hands dirty. Look at the pairs, look at your setups, look at your trade journal, right? And just start to really break down the game day footage. It's just like a sport, like you're at that mastery level trying to win the Super Bowl, win whatever it may be, and every detail matters. So you got to break down the footage. But if you get in the direction right, it's usually just something with the structure or manipulation that it's kind of getting you off, or it's just more so with the entry method of your system. So from there, you really do gotta back test, reverse engineer, and just kind of study all your losses, right? So hopefully that helps. Smith, let me know if that was a bit helpful, or if not, or if you kind of had another question to follow up with that. Still up in here. And I know we had UJ on our list. So UJ clearly bullish, right? Looks like, and this is a daily, we had a bunch of trappings, then we shifted out again, and then boom, we had a real shift, big boy shift. So for the weekly. Okay, so we've pulled back. Last week was a nice pullback. It looked like this week we could be going to fill that wick though already. So we might have another week of bullish activity, obviously, unless that was stop hunting things, then, I'm wrong. But yeah, looks like, look at that previous high from 2015. Looks like we're coming for it, man. So even if we do reverse, probably can do something like that, right? And we're on a weekly. So shoot, that's 100 pips. No, that's 300 pips. So it does still look like buys right now, but it does look like could be some liquidity here as well. So really for this is why I'm like, yep, let me get a nice clean daily structure. I haven't used trend lines in so long, right? Nice daily structure. And it could take out those lows and then go high. But I do think we're gonna continue bullish on this, at least to take out the highs. And then, maybe we're gonna have a shift. But that's what I was kind of seeing in DXY, because I've been waiting for this boy to go bear, reverse, but that weekly range tell me they want to still play around. All right, I think that's it, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. I had a blast. Like I said, we'll go ahead and put this one up on YouTube for everybody. And yeah, thanks for everyone that tuned in. I appreciate y'all. Wishing y'all a great week. Much love.